Now, Lowcountry Forever, a public affairs presentation of the Charleston Radio Group.
It might be the middle of summer, but you've always got to be thinking about education, particularly for your son or daughter, and education is our topic today on Lowcountry Forever. I'm Brian Cleary. I'm joined by Elizabeth Simpson, the founding executive director of Compass Collegiate Academy. It's a charter school, and Elizabeth, I think sometimes people hear charter school and they don't really know what that means or what that is. So let's start there. How would you explain to someone what a charter school actually is?
There's a lot of confusion around charters, but charter schools can be public schools. At Compass Collegiate, we are a public school. Some charters here in Charleston are authorized by Charleston County School District. Some are authorized by the state of South Carolina, and some are authorized through Erskine.
So you guys are a tuition-free academy, because I think people hear charter schools and they automatically think private school, big tuition, but at least in the case of your academy, that's not the case.
That's correct. We are here to provide an option for families. Education changes so frequently, and I know especially for parents today, things can be really different than how we grew up. When I grew up, we had our zoned public school, and that's where we all went.
Right.
Now parents have options. They don't have to just go to the zone school. Charter schools like Compass are free public schools, and parents can opt into them. So there is a lot of choice in Charleston that's worth exploring if you're interested in knowing what your options are for school.
The first thing someone might think when they hear, oh, tuition free, it's a charter school. Wait. You're taking money from public schools. You're a better school, or could be a better school, but because kids are going to your school, it's hurting the other schools.
Yeah, it's really about school choice, and parents vote with their feet. Money does follow scholars. We do get per pupil funding from the government for every scholar who attends, similar to how other public schools get funded as well. There is an element there of, I think, a lot of control with parents, and parents saying, this is where we want to send our child.
So I would think that most people listening today, and I would include myself in this, when we went to school, as you mentioned, if you lived here, you went to this school, new day, new time. So who is it that could attend this new academy?
Yeah, because we're authorized by the state, they can live anywhere in South Carolina. So anyone in the Tri-County area can come to Compass. They would fill out an application on our website, and assuming we have space, we would then accept them. We currently have a wait list in kindergarten right now and a few spots left in first grade.
We are talking education this morning on Lowcountry Forever. Elizabeth Simpson joins us. She's the founding executive director of the Compass Collegiate Academy. What is it about the academy that makes it different? I'm a parent, I'm listening, I'm thinking, okay, I'm trying to find a place to send my son or daughter. Why Compass?
We're a values-based school, and we believe in the potential of all scholars. We are an intentionally diverse school. We are here for all scholars, regardless of race, income, educational background, ability, disability. We also offer an individualized approach to each and every scholar. So we have kids coming in at all ranges of academic ability, and we believe in the potential of all of them. We offer social emotional instruction every day, which is very different than a lot of standard schools. We start and end every day in circle. We have a dedicated curriculum to ensure that we're growing as people in addition to scholars. And we also offer all subjects every day in addition to specials and PE and recess.
Someone may hear you talk about the circle and things like that and think, oh, well, wait a second, this must not be a school that teaches English, writing, arithmetic, history. This is somewhere off there. True or false?
False. We do it all. When it comes to that individualized instruction, we're looking at our scholars' data every single day to say, what is this next thing that this scholar needs to learn to put them on the path to success? And so we do that, and we have a combination of whole group instruction with a really awesome curriculum we're excited about. We're using Wit and Wisdom and Eureka Math and PhD Science, in addition to other pieces that we're folding into our curriculum as well. We're here for all kids. We're college prep, we're rigorous, and sometimes that scares parents who are like, oh, I'm not sure if my child is quite ready. They're still learning their letters and sounds. And we're here for kids who are still learning letters and sounds. And sometimes people hear, oh, well, is my child going to be challenged there? Absolutely. What we do best is ensuring that every one of our kids is challenged at that just right level.
For someone who hasn't been in school for a while, and that would be a lot of parents, obviously they graduated 10, 20, however many years ago. There was a structure that we had. You went to English in this room, and then you were in there for 45 minutes, and then you had 3 minutes to get to the next, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Somebody listening may think, is your academy anything like quote unquote school?
It is. And I think it's school maybe with a splash of some new things that we know work really well for kids, things that have been proven to be very successful in other places and in other schools. So we will have our English class, we will have our math class with whole group instruction, and we'll also have small group instruction. So we'll break into small groups within the class. Our scholars will engage in rotations. Multiple adults will come in to make sure that scholars are getting that one-on-one instruction exactly where they need it.
So for someone, and in this instance, it's me asking those kind of questions as, how come it can't be, or how come it isn't like when I went to school? Is it going through your head? Are you thinking, hey, boomer, sit down. It's a new day. Is there research that shows what makes it for Compass Collegiate Academy to be quote unquote different, which can be a really good thing, or some people may find that as not a good thing?
Yeah, our parents are our partners. And so we do a welcome visit with every single family before they start with us in the fall. And so that allows us to get to know them. It allows them to get to know us. It allows us to build that relationship that our school is built upon. We listen to our families, and we've already heard from them. I've heard there's this new math that people are teaching now, and that's not what I grew up with. And I need to know how to make sure I can support my child at home. And so just hearing those things, having those conversations with parents now allows us to plan for that. So when we're planning our parent nights, we're making sure that we're taking their feedback into consideration and planning around what they want and what they need, so we can really have a fruitful partnership and a trusting relationship and work together in the best interest of our kids.
Let me ask you what may be a total unknown, because obviously your academy is opening up in August. We've just gone through the past 12, 15, maybe even 18 months in our country. We've dealt with a pandemic that has, if not changed, given a different view of schools. And all of a sudden, some parents appreciate teachers more than they ever have. And in other instances, because of virtual learning and all that stuff, parents have had to get more involved and have found some things they like, they don't like. How will that affect, or will that not affect, what happens when you open your doors in August?
Yeah, I think it'll have a huge effect on us. And I think it's really helpful that parents have had more of that school experience. I think it allows us to create a stronger partnership. We're starting from a place that's more of a common ground than we ever have before. And we're able to have those conversations around what's working, what's not. And it allows us to really be creative. It's also one of the really cool things about being a really small school, was starting with under 75 scholars, and just being able to have those relationships, have those conversations, and build our school in a way that meets the needs and is responsive to our community.
We're talking with Elizabeth Simpson today on Lowcountry Forever, talking about education. Elizabeth is the founding executive director of Compass Collegiate Academy. This is a charter school, and it's tuition-free, K-8 public charter school here in Charleston. It opens its doors for the very first time in August. You use the word building because obviously you're building from square one here. So let's start with the building. How is it that you've got a place to actually house and teach these kids?
We have been looking for a building for a long time, and we're very lucky to find the newly constructed Hellenic Center of the Greek Church. So we are renting space from them, and our scholars will be the very first people in a brand new, beautiful building with green space outside and a playground as well. We're at 34 Race Street, so not far from Hampton Park on the Main Peninsula.
So you'll be handling ultimately kindergarten through 8, but on day one for your first year, you won't have 8 grades that'll come in. How do you start a school like that?
We start small, so we can build those relationships, so we can be responsive, so we can create that individualized plan for each one of our scholars, and then we can scale. And so we build that strong culture, we build that strong foundation. every year we'll take in a new class of kindergarten, and our current kindergartners and first graders will be our founding class that'll go all the way through 8th grade, and we'll stay with them all the way until they're ready to go to high school, and then help them transition there.
So you'll be adding one level each year as you go along. So it'll take you 7 years to get up to have that full complement.
That's correct.
So you're a school in Charleston, but open to students from all across the state. I'm a mom, a dad in Goose Creek. Let's talk about transportation. Is public busing available, or is it I've got to make my own arrangements to get my son or daughter to the Compass Collegiate Academy?
Our goal is to eventually have a bus. For our first year, we are offering gas cards for our families to assist with transportation and also working out carpools. And then we will have a bus, obviously, for days for field trips. And we have a great partnership for our after school program. And so we will have a bus to go there as well. But in terms of to and from, that is something that we are looking to scale to. Or if there's a great donor listening who wants to donate that for this year, we would love to talk to you about that too.
So you talked a little bit about the curriculum we did before. Let's talk extracurricular, because you go to public schools, you've got choir, you've got band, you've got those kind of things that happen. What about a Compass Collegiate Academy? Will a student have those kind of elements to be a part of?
So starting in kindergarten and first grade, we have a specials class, which is an arts class where our scholars will be exposed to multiple different types of art, everything from song and dance and art and painting and drawing and sculpting. There's just a huge opportunity there to have a lot of exposure. And then as we grow, we'll be able to add more full-time staff members so that we will be able to have that choir, or even if it's a chess club or whatever it is that our scholars are interested in. We are huge on making community connections. So we've already connected with a number of outside partners that we'll be able to connect our families with as well, so our scholars can explore their passions.
Now, earlier in our conversation, the word choice came up. Let me give you an opportunity to address that directly as someone who is providing school choice at Compass Collegiate Academy. Different people look at school choice in different ways. Tell me, from your perspective, the best thing about school choice.
I think the best part about school choice is that parents have the ability to make the decision for the best place for their scholar. A lot of times parents say, well, how do I tell what school is the right school? And I always say, walk in, trust yourself. You know your child, and you can tell a lot about a school environment when you walk in. And then, of course, you're there, you get to know people, you get to see what the school provides, you get to see how your child reacts and responds to that environment. I want parents to feel empowered and know that they're not stuck in a place if something isn't working, or if they know there's a better option. I want parents to know to explore, to see what else is out there, because there are other free options out there. And I'm a big believer in public education. I'm a big believer in good schools, whether they're district schools, whether they're charter schools. I want great schools for our kids. I want every kid to be able to go to school, to love going to school, and be set up for success. And all too often in our country, that's not the case. I'm just a proponent of great schools and ensuring that parents have that choice.
So for someone who might be considering sending their son or daughter to Compass Collegiate Academy, are there any restrictions?
Absolutely none. Our current student body is made up of the entire spectrum of income. And I think that's really special and it's really unique. And we're excited to have that and to have our scholars make those connections across lines of difference, and for us to facilitate that and come together. We are here for our families in Charleston.
And so you'll be opening the doors for the first time next month. School really is just around the corner now. If someone's listening and says, wow, I really am intrigued on Compass Collegiate Academy, did you say you're full for this year?
We are not.
Oh.
We still have a few spots in first grade, and we have a wait list in kinder that we are currently going through. So if parents are interested, I would say go ahead and apply. There's still a really good shot at getting a spot for this year. You can go to cca-chs.org. It takes about 3 minutes to fill out an application online, and you'll hear back from us within 24 hours.
And if I'm parents and I have somebody not ready to make that step into school this year, do I need to wait to apply, or can I do that now?
You need to wait until 2022. So January and February is the best time to apply. We'll hold our lottery in March. If we have more applications and we have seats, we'll randomly draw names in March. So January or February in 2022 is the best time to apply for the next school year.
And someone should should apply for the Compass Collegiate Academy for their son or daughter to be a part of that class because
it's the best choice for their child. We're going to love your child. We're going to teach your child. We're going to challenge your child. We're going to ensure that your child feels affirmed in who they are. And, we're excited about building our team and building our school. And we're excited for people to be a part of that.
She is the founding and executive director of Compass Collegiate Academy, a new charter school set to open in Charleston next month. Elizabeth Simpson on Lowcountry Forever.
The Charleston Radio Group is the Lowcountry. Every week, we highlight local organizations and events that are helping to make a difference here where we live. If you have a group, event, or an idea to feature on Lowcountry Forever, let us know. Visit lowcountryforever.com and click on our podcast link for contact information. Now, Lowcountry Forever continues.
It may be on social media, maybe somewhere else, but you may have seen a photo of an old-time looking bus. Maybe the one that you saw in the Shawshank Redemption or Forrest Gump riding in. Well, that bus actually has a purpose. ABT is on it, and we're here to find out the mystery behind it. Lowcountry Forever today, I'm Brian Cleary with Kelly Larson, one of our friends from the Gilliard Center in downtown Charleston. Kelly, the mystery of the bus and ABT, what can you tell us about?
Sure. So yes, we do have this photo up on our website at gilliardcenter.org. American Ballet Theater had this genius idea to come out into the communities this summer. So they're going to 8 different cities, and Charleston, South Carolina is one of them. So
Yes.
The Charleston Gilliard Center, we're so honored to present ABT across America. And we are actually, this is one of our first performances outside of the Gilliard Center. So we're actually performing this community event at the Citadel's Parade Grounds on Summerall Field, Saturday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. This is a free community event.
Whoa. Let's stop right there. Free, like I can go see amazing ballet, but I don't have to pay for a ticket.
Correct. So this is world-class ballet. There's going to be 20 dancers. It's a 50-minute performance without an intermission. They're going to be performing repertoire from 4 different selections. It's just a world-class performance outside at the Citadel. And we're very excited to bring this event to Charleston. We have an RSVP form up on our website. We just asked that people RSVP to let us know they're coming. But it should be a really fun, family-friendly event to come out and see us. We often go out into the community with our education and community program with our nonprofit mission.
Right.
This is one of the first times that we're actually bringing a performance out into the community. So we're very excited to do something different and to do it with American Ballet Theater. We're just incredibly excited and grateful for the opportunity.
And when it comes to the arts, certainly the Gilliard Center is the center for that here in the Lowcountry. I would think most people's exposure to ballet really would center around the Nutcracker. Pretty much everybody at some point around the holiday season has gone and seen the Nutcracker. You've got a world-class ballet group coming in, and they'll perform 4 different dances. Can you explain a little bit about what people might be seeing and enjoying that night?
Sure. So dance is something that's very important to us. We actually have multiple things with dance going on right now just here at the Gilliard Center. In addition to American Ballet Theater, we are presenting 2 dance performances as part of our 21-22 series. We're actually going to have Alvin Ailey American Dance Theater is returning. We've had them for 2 sold-out shows in 2019. So we're excited about their coming back in 2022. And then we have Hong Kong Ballet performing Alice in Wonderland in March. So we're very excited to have these incredible dance groups. And when ABT comes, they're going to be performing, like I said, those 4 different performances. So we've got La Folia Variations, which is a work for 8 dancers. Then we have Jessica Lange's Let Me Sing Forevermore, which is a pas de deux blending ballet and jazz vocabulary. And it actually will have songs sung by Tony Bennett, which will be really fun.
Yes.
And then we have Indestructible Light. And then there's Don Quixote. So we have our 20 performers performing for 50 minutes for this amazing performance. It's going to be a really fun night of dance. We also do dance as part of our education program. Again, that's something really important to us. So we have actually a choreography camp going on right now at the Gilliard Center. But we are always really excited about exploring and presenting dance to the community.
And I would have to think that the Gilliard Center is doing this because this is really for all ages, because mom and dad love the art of ballet, chances are a son or daughter might be involved in ballet, and it's really kind of a teaching opportunity for them to see ballet at this level.
Yes, that is something that's always been important to us. We are a performing arts center. We have actually 2 educators on staff, which I think makes us really unique, and that they go into the schools and we bring performances to the Gilliard that connect to state standards. And that's just something really important to us at education and getting out into the community. So this aligns with that. We're really excited. Our team of educators are also very excited. And we will have some opportunities for some education with ABT that'll be up on our website with more details to come. But this is something that's really important to our education and community program.
Today on Lowcountry Forever, we're talking with Kelly Larson from the Charleston Gilliard Center. And I think a lot of people don't realize that the Gilliard Center is a nonprofit. You've got a great community outreach, but the monies that are given to the Gilliard Center are really used well and really go a long way in bringing world-class things to Charleston. And I think this could be cited as a pretty great example of that.
You know, anything that we do, you know, we are trying to bring it back to our mission of enriching lives through unforgettable experiences. That's just something that's a great purpose for us. But if you buy a ticket to your favorite comedian, if you buy a ticket to a Broadway production, you know, you are supporting a nonprofit organization that's going back into, you know, over 130 plus schools. We also offer, you know, adult opportunities for education, and, you know, we do present a lot of different things. So anytime that you buy a ticket from us, you are contributing to our nonprofit's purpose. So I just like to remind people that we are a community resource, and we're just really excited to be able to present things like American Ballet Theater.
And if you go to the website, gilliardcenter.org, there's a complete list of events. After that having been, shall we say, throttled down because of the COVID pandemic, you have certainly added an amazing number of events that people will be able to enjoy over the next 6-12 months. And if you could talk a little bit about what you've got going on there, because you talk about all the different kinds of performances, you really see a lot of, if diversity is the right word, on the lineup for what's coming to the Gilliard Center.
Yes. I would say that almost every week since early May, we've been announcing 3 at a minimum, if not up to 10 performances a week of a variety of different things. We're very excited to actually bring back our Lowcountry Listens program. So last summer during the pandemic, we created a virtual program that we presented 15 unique local artists, including Marcus Amaker, Charlton Singleton. We had Sarah White do a painting on stage. We had Brendan James. We had so many different wonderful artists, and we're actually bringing that live this year. So we're doing 4 live in-person performances starting in August for Lowcountry Listens. What's incredibly unique about this, not only are we bringing Lowcountry Listens back, but we're also offering it in intimate spaces. So 2 of the performances will happen on the Gilliard stage, but the audience will also be on the Gilliard stage. So an incredibly unique opportunity for obviously be a more smaller, unique, intimate experience with you being able to be inside the Martha and Johnny Rivers Performance Hall on stage experiencing live music, which is something that we don't typically offer when we have other performance types. We're also going to do one in our gallery lobby. We'll also do one out in our terrace lawn. So this will be an opportunity to really explore different parts of the Gilliard that people might not be exposed to. And those tickets they start at actually they're $25 plus fees. So yes, we're very excited about those, and we have 4 of those in August. We also have comedians coming this year. Leanne Morgan has already sold out 1 performance and is coming to another one on August 13th. Lowcountry Jazz Festival is returning this year. We're very excited about that. They'll be kicking off Labor Day weekend at the Gilliard Center with the Lowcountry Jazz Festival. Of course, the Charleston Symphony is returning with an incredible lineup of their performances. Bruce Hornsby and the Noisemakers, the Beach Boys are coming. We have classical performances as well, so Emerson String Quartet and The Nights with Aaron Deal, Theo Vaughn. We have kid shows. We have LOL Surprise Live, and of course Broadway, so $1 Million Quartet, Waitress, Beautiful, the Carole King musical, Summer, the Donna Summer musical. And I'm very excited about Gloria Gaynor is coming on my birthday. So
nice. You'll be discoing down. Come on. We're talking with Kelly Larson from the Charleston Gilliard Center. And Kelly, you touched on it a little bit, but I don't know that people understand or realize the educational programs and really the educational effort that the Gilliard Center makes and the way that you guys reach out even to schools. Toot your horn a little bit because it really is such a positive here in the community.
Well, that's something that we're really passionate about. We have an amazing director of education and an education coordinator on staff with extensive teaching backgrounds who actually go into the schools. So in a typical year, we'll present 10 to 12 education performances in the hall and invite, we normally have thousands of students. We also do pre and post show lectures. So our educators will go into the schools and have lesson plans that are tied to state standards so that there's really something valuable and meaningful for the teachers to bring their classes to the Gilliard Center for a performance. And then they go back into the schools after the performance for post-show workshops. We want the arts to be accessible to everyone. So we do pay for Title I schools bus transportation and their tickets. So that's something really unique that we do as well. Of course, we were dark this past year. Not completely, we did have some performances, but education was still something that was really important to us. So our tech team created this entirely new education program, really have been in the past a presenter of works. And during COVID, we turned into a producer of works. So one of our programs is called Setting the Stage. There are 8 videos. Our operations team and our tech team worked with our education department, and they created these videos. Some of them are 3 minutes, 5. I think the longest is 8 minutes, where they go behind the scenes and they talk about how a microphone works, or they talk about the different parts of a stage. They just go into in-depth how lighting works in a theater. And our director of education has made lesson plans based off of that. So we have science and we have a really great STEM program, including the art, that we were able to bring to our teachers this past winter. And that is something that we've been incredibly excited about. And the team that put that together worked very hard. And it's adorable, really. We have a dog. We have Riley, the tech dog, who is our star of
I'm sure.
become our unofficial mascot of the Gilliard Center, and she's in all of our videos exploring backstage and really hitting those lessons to make these really not only fun to watch. I mean, I've learned a lot from them, but fun to watch, but they're also meaningful and impactful for teachers to take into their classrooms. So that was something really important to us, to make sure that even though this past year we couldn't bring students inside the theater, which of course we missed, we could bring something of educational content and something fun and with the arts to our students at a time when we couldn't have them with us. So we will be announcing some fun things with our education program soon. So always go to GilliardCenter.org for our education updates. We offer our lesson plans. We offer them on our website for free. And sometimes we have video performances that are on the website too. So we offered it to families teaching at home this past year, or if you're, you're doing homeschooling, those things are, of course, available to you to learn more and to take advantage of those free opportunities too. We also work with community partners on presenting some of that information. We have actually 3 incredible artists in residence. Charlton Singleton is our artist in residence emeritus, Grammy Award-winning from Ranky Tanky. I know you've talked to Marcus Amaker, who's the poet laureate of Charleston. He's one of our artists in residence, and he and Charlton created our Raising the Volume program. That's also available completely free on our website and explores and talks to different Black leaders in our Charleston community about their experiences. And we have lesson plans tied to those too for middle and high school students. And then we have Dance, Laugh, Learn, which is our early childhood artists in residence. And they've produced 23 videos that we have on our YouTube channel and our website that really helps our littlest learners at the Gilliard Center do dance. And again, those are tied to standards. So it's really important to us to have meaningful impact in our community.
Just goes to show that at the Gilliard Center, it's more than just what you see on stage. It is Broadway plays and comedians and great music, but the Gilliard Center is much more than that. And now bringing us free world-class ballet. So Kelly, one more time, explain what's going on. The American Ballet Theater is coming. It's a performance with the Gilliard Center, but not at the Gilliard Center.
Correct. So this one is presented by the Charleston Gilliard Center. American Ballet Theaters, ABT across America, will actually be performed at the Citadel outside. It will be Saturday, July 17th at 7:30 p.m. It is a free event. We just ask that you RSVP at GilliardCenter.org. But this is world-class performance. American Ballet Theater has performed in Charleston before, But those dates were I think the last date was 1968. It has been a while since they have been in Charleston, and they're going to 8 different cities across the country. They've chosen Charleston, and we're very excited to present this and excited to have this event at the Citadel. They've been wonderful to work with. So this is just a great partnership and presenting world-class performance to Charleston.
It's going to be something for the entire family to experience, all the information for it. And I guess, Kelly, we should just remind people, because you're adding so many events at the pace you are, you could probably visit the Gilliard Center almost every other day and find new stuff on your website.
Yes, we encourage you to sign up for our email newsletter, follow us on social media. We are adding wonderful, beautiful events, varying from comedy to Broadway to classical. Please join us. We are excited for people to come back to the Gilliard Center and celebrate the arts in Charleston with us.
So find out about the events and even order your tickets right on the website. And Kelly, your website address again is?
GilliardCenter.org.
The Gilliard Center's Kelly Lawson on Lowcountry Forever.
Thanks for listening to Lowcountry Forever. If you missed any of this week's show, there's a complete recording under the podcast link at lowcountryforever.com. Lowcountry Forever is a public affairs presentation of the Charleston Radio Group.